Coming up, History News This Week, Episode 24. Namaste friends. My name is Shinil Subramanian Payamal and you are listening to Histology Podcast. Welcome to the 24th episode of History News This Week. Please note that History News This Week will be online every Sunday at 9:30 pm Indian Standard Time, that is 4 pm GMT. This week I have 8 interesting pieces of news items from the world of history and archaeology, followed by 3 great articles. Let's start. First, mysterious message from ancient scroll burned by Vesuvius finally revealed using AI. Researchers have used artificial intelligence to help them decipher a 2000-year-old scroll unearthed from the ashes of Mount Vesuvius. Pompeii's Mount Vesuvius erupted in 79 CE, burying a library of scrolls under volcanic ash where the messages inside have remained a secret. Second, lost ancient tomb containing chilling Book of the Dead and 3,400-year-old mummified bodies of high priest is discovered. A lost ancient tomb containing the Book of the Dead and 3,400-year-old mummified bodies has been uncovered. The burial site was discovered in the Tuna El Jebel necropolis in southern Egypt. It is understood to have included the bodies of a number of high-ranking officials and high priests from ancient Egypt's New Kingdom. Third, eerie ancient carvings emerge from river, and it's only the second time the mysterious drawings have ever been seen. Mysterious ancient carvings have emerged from a river for only the second time ever following a drought in the Amazon jungle. The eerie artworks sculpted onto the rocks are thought to be between 1,000 and 2,000 year olds. The interesting carvings are located where the Rio Negro and Amazon River meet just outside Manaus, Brazil. Fourth, see gorgeous ancient Egyptian mummy portraits from nearly 2 millennia ago. In the early 1st millennium, many mummies in Egypt were affixed with lifelike portraits showcasing the deceased one's vivid eyes, styled hair and elaborate jewelry. Over the past few centuries, archaeologists have unearthed more than 1,000 of these mummy paintings, largely from the city of Fayum, earning them the name Fayum portraits. These well-preserved, mesmerizing portraits still captivate, prompting Allard Pierson, a museum in Amsterdam, to feature nearly 40 Fayum portraits in its exhibit, Face to Face, the People Behind Mummy Portraits, which opened on 6th October and runs through 25th February 2024. Fifth, scientists finally solved the mystery of why Europeans have less Neanderthal DNA than East Asians. A wave of migrating farmers from the ancient Middle East may be the reason why modern Europeans don't carry as much Neanderthal DNA as today's East Asians do, a new study finds. All humans with ancestry from outside of Africa have a little bit of Neanderthal in them, about 2% of the genome on average. But people with East Asian ancestry have between 8% to 24% more Neanderthal genes than people of European ancestry. That's a bit of a paradox because fossil evidence suggests Neanderthals lived in Europe. Why, then, should East Asians carry more of these genes today? Sixth, ancient New Year's scene from Egypt uncovered on roof of 2,200-year-old temple. A stunning New Year's scene painted by ancient Egyptians has been uncovered by researchers restoring artwork on the ceiling of Temple of Esna, a temple built around 2,200 years ago that underwent a major renovation about 2,000 years ago when the Romans controlled Egypt. Seventh, revamped Mehroli monuments now open in Delhi. Lieutenant Governor V.K. Saxena inaugurated 6 renovated monuments in Mehroli Archaeological Park in Delhi, along with a restored water body and other amenities. The restored monuments include Kuli Khan's tomb and a chhatri in the vicinity, a tomb opposite Rajo Ki Bauli, and Metcalfe's boathouse and his residence, among other monuments like tombs. 8th, seaweed has been a superfood since prehistoric times. According to a new study, our European forebears were already consuming this nutrient-rich plant for thousands of years into prehistory. Researchers from the University of York and the University of Glasgow claim to have found definitive archaeological evidence that seaweed and freshwater plants have been consumed from as early as the Mesolithic through the Neolithic transition and into the early Middle Ages. Now, coming to the 3 articles. First, the women paddling the Thames in animal skin boats. Experimental archaeologists Teresa Emmerich Camper and Sarah Day hope the 219-kilometer odyssey will reveal more about the ancient people's lives along the river Thames. Second, a road trip to the edge of the earth. Barely 1,000 km north of Antarctica and home to just 2 people, Caleta Eugenia in Chile is the southernmost point to which you can drive on the planet. Third, Japan's ancient art of taiko drumming. This powerful 12,000-year-old art form has been used in worship, battle and throughout Japanese history. Latest history book release of the week. Prequel, An American Fight Against Fascism, written by Rachel Maddow, is our pick of the week. Rachel Maddow traces the fight to preserve American democracy back to World War II when a handful of committed public servants and brave private citizens thwarted far-right plotters trying to steer the USA towards an alliance with the Nazis. And 2 very interesting books available for pre-order. First is a Marathi translation of Dr. Uday S. Kulkarni's book, The Mastery of Hindustan, Triumphs and Travels of Madhavrao Peshwa, titled Madhav Peshwa, Vijay Ani Vyatha, translated by Dr. Vijay Bape. The book is scheduled to release on the 19th of November 2023. The second is the book titled Echoes of the Ancients, written by Manoshi Sinha. History Podcast Recommendation of the Week. Our Fake History, hosted by Sebastian Major, is our pick of the week. If you are interested in myths, legends, and modern day conspiracy theories, then Our Fake History is the podcast for you. Host Sebastian Major takes listeners on multi-episode journeys to find the history behind ancient civilizations of Atlantis, whether Emperor Nero actually fiddled as Rome burned, etc. I will provide links to all the news items, articles, books, and podcasts mentioned above in the show notes. Please feel free to check them out. Thank you for listening to this episode of the History News this week. Hope you found it interesting. Please don't forget to subscribe to the Histology podcast on your favorite podcasting app and check histology.com for book reviews and interesting tidbits from the pages of history. Looking forward to hearing from you. Have a great day and take care. Bye.